Hello and welcome to the lecture on how to determine which type of volcanic hazards have been associated with previous volcanic eruptions. So what I'm going to do for you today is show you how to use Google Earth to actually determine which type of volcanic hazards have been associated with previous eruptions. And so one of the first ones we're going to look at, one of the easiest ones to look at, is we'll go ahead and go to Mount St. Helens up in Washington. Okay, so here we see, I'll pan out a little bit, one of the most obvious volcanic hazards that have occurred with Mount St. Helens is you notice that you're missing portion of the crater over here. Well, this is a very good sign of what you have is known as a pyroclastic flow. If you see this area out here, you'll notice that it's, highly gray area. That's because of the andesitic composition of Mount St. Helens. And this pyroclastic flow was actually created by a lateral explosion by this volcano. Another hazard that you can see with Mount St. Helens is you notice how in these stream channels you see a lot of gray material. Okay, well, that gray material is a good sign of a lahar. So there's definitely two volcanic hazards that are obvious here. Now, because you had this as well, you could also presume that ash fallout occurred with this as well. It's just that the area has been revegetated after this 1980 eruption, but you can still see signs of it. So let's go ahead and look at another one here. We'll go ahead and look at Fuego Volcano. So with Fuego Volcano, what you're going to actually see is you're going to see a completely different type of eruption. And of course you do have another area through here where you can start to see that grayish material, which is of course another good sign of a pyroclastic flow. But most predominantly on this you can see the gray material, and through here you see how you see these stream channels are actually lined with that gray material. That is definitely going to be a lahar. Okay, now let's go ahead and see if we can find some lava flows. Let's go ahead and go to Pericodin. Okay, so here you have Pericodin volcano, and now you start to see this dark material. Well, that is a dead giveaway of a basaltic lava flow. And what we could do is we can kind of go in here and you can see how some of it is loby there and everything, and some of it is chunky. So you have and Pahoehoe lava flows associated with this volcano. So the predominant thing that you see here is you're going to notice that there is no grayish material. There's no sign of a lateral blast or a collapse of a column. So what you have here is you have a lava flow associated with this volcano. And so by looking at these different landscapes, you can actually kind of look for the telltale signs of the different type of hazards associated with volcanic eruptions. So I hope this video was good and provided you enough background to actually have you go in and look at these actual volcanoes and determine their actual hazards associated with previous eruptions.